one's goal when it comes to the overall written text codes and generational wealth. So it is a quite nice morning out here. 30 degrees currently, which theoretically means 2 degrees below the freezing point. But no biggie. Style button-down dress shirts, as well as the other style dress shirts, particularly long sleeves specifically. They are best investments one can make to their elegant wardrobe. Because they have the advantage to be worn year round. You can wear them with a tie like I'm doing right now. This specifically one, just like a few others that I own. I could also wear instead with a necktie, a bolo tie, which is like the semi-formal, formal Western attire equivalent. This particular dress shirt would have to be a white one, preferably for black bow ties. Even so, in today's age, other color bow ties are acceptable too. Personally, I rather stick to the tradition when it comes to bow tie. And the other advantages that long sleeve dress shirts do have, whether they button down Oxfords or winter collar, French collar, whatever the case may be. You can literally use them very, very versatile. You can wear them just with a pair of linen trousers, chinos, if you so choose to, summer shorts, and with no-show socks, a pair of loafers, and then you can roll up or fold up the sleeves if you need to, about up here, like a hand width, which is actually something known in the military to do, at least during my time in the service when I button and wear an escort cravat underneath it, which will add a little more finesse and elegance to it. You always will wear a t-shirt underneath your dress shirt of cotton, linen, wool, or silk, depending on your preference. But color base should be primarily white. If you want to add more colors, then I suggest outside of white, black, gray, olive green and khaki color, like a olive green and khaki. Right now I'm wearing white. Would also go with this dress shirt right now in this season as the tones match. If I chose to wear it, you know, unbuttoned up here, open collar, for a very casual, dressed down, yet elegant, relaxed look. In this white dress shirt, the white t-shirt that I'm wearing, these are crew neck shirts. You always want to have a crew neck. But you never ever want to just wear a pair of trousers or shorts with a t-shirt alone. Sleeve polo shirts, for those that want to incorporate them as an outerwear into their wardrobe. I suppose one could, as these have also colors. Personally, I rather have my variety on long sleeves, just because they are so much more versatile. I mean, think about it. In the desert, you wear these like I am right now. Most of the time, just with the sleeves down to protect you from the scorching sun rays. You're gonna wear a different weight, like linen, but most time you keep them all the way down, those sleeves. If you were wearing just polo short sleeve, your entire forearms be exposed for hours on digging, then you're gonna deal with severe sunburns. There's a time and place for short sleeve, but the desert is not it. Now in the summer, like on beaches, yeah, there's where I would wear, if I'm walking along the beach, elegant pair of sandals in my shorts. If I plan on actually hitting the water, I still have the elegant sandals, and I'm not wearing them in the water, but in the forefront along the beach. Then with, instead of regular nice elegant shorts in cotton or linen, then I would wear the swimming trunk, which is mainly made out of synthetic material, is a performance material, dry quicker. And for those occasions, as you stroll along, to wear nice linen dress shirt with the sleeves rolled up to here, and a linen flat cap, or a other summer hat of choice. That keeps the entire look stylish, casual. Personally, at the house, since I do have dogs at the house, I am wearing more relaxed, more casual. If those trousers and shirts do get dog hair on it, it's not a big deal. But before I leave the house, I always change clothing, get me more elegantly dressed. I could take pets with me here. I just choose not to. They would mess up my elegant clothing eventually. And when it comes to investment strategies, like I mentioned in prior videos of mine on my channel, empty at the moment. Pre-filed Chapter 11 Spirit Airlines. Yet I just invest more into it at an extremely high discounted price. Kind of like a Warren Buffett approach. I mean, all that Spirit Airline got to do for being a US regional airliner is actually to start incorporating free non-alcoholic beverages and snacks onto their regional flights, and that will uplift the overall service they can provide to their customers. With the Spirit Airlines from Kansas City down to Vegas non-stop. The flight didn't take all that long. I mean, the flight crew did max out airspeed within the operator's manual's limitations to the air density of the altitude they selected to cruise at. Which I do not know is whether they had tailwind in terms of the jet stream within the so-called alpha airspace, or whether they had like some kind of offset facing wings. I do not know. Overall, it's been a pretty smooth flight. Little to no turbulences in the altitude they cruised at. However, no drinks or snacks or nothing been served on the plane. Permitted to have your own, within the carry-on non-alcoholic drink with you, whether it's soda or water or Gatorade, whatever it may be, coffee. So personally, I didn't bring anything for those few hours flight. It's like 3.5 hours. One can escape the so-called 8 to 5 rat race is to understand how the overall economy works. So if you can create something of value for others, you can earn money from it. So, and that money can be coming in even long after you're gone. If you set up your business correctly, and if you yourself don't have the time nor the patience and everything else to generate a business, which will take on average about 5 years before you even start seeing returns you could call profit once you start out the business. There are other ways to get around it. Just to invest in already existing businesses with a slower growth. With a long-term goal on it, and become part owner of said business, also referred to as a shareholder, which is on the bottom line, the shared ownership of the business and the higher the percentages of the shared ownership of said business, the more revenue it will generate, and the more control, in a sense, one has of a business. Then there is real estate. And there is companies that, businesses that own and operate and manage real estate properties, which is an alternative way to invest into the real estate sector. Over time, there is physical gold, physical silver, there is numismatics, a broad range of opportunities to start investing in. However, the key is not only to have the discipline to invest, also to allocate some of the earned money mandatory, no question about it. Every time you get paid into a high yield savings account, which a high yield savings account is for numerous things. Unexpected expenses that may have come emergency liquid funds. Can also be to save up and pay for a vacation. Can also be for saving up and paying for a vehicle of your choice. Anything is possible. The key ingredient is two things within your mindset. Two things. First, being patient as you're working on your goals. Second, having the discipline to get it done. It's that simple. Only those two key factors. That's it. Now myself, I'm fortunate enough to work in an industry that where I earn 6 figures a month, and I have 25% out of that allocated to my investment strategies. Another 25% is my one-halves, and the other 50% is covering all the mandatory bills until such time where overall investment portfolio is not only covering the mandatory bills with calculated inflation, but also the one-halves with calculated inflation on top of it. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a strategy that can be particularly easy achieved, where you do not have to trade your own time to physically work with the highest tax that you have to pay. It's referred to as the buy, meaning buying businesses, real estate, anything of value that generate income, and borrow, meaning taking a line of credit up to 50% offset value of the overall equity against it, and then from that point forth, that line of credit, that portion of income, so to speak, is no taxes on it at all. It's 100% tax-free. The flip side of that coin is what you do with that line of credit. So what I would recommend doing is, as you have to over time pay that, of course, back plus interest. In order for you to write off at least half of the interest owned on it, is if you use half of that line of credit and reinvest that in businesses. The other half, you can just finance your own personal lifestyle with it, which includes mandatory bills. You have to keep that in mind. So, all of the strategies have their own risks, but you have to ask yourself why all the 1% of the generations of wealthy family have strategically been using buy, borrow, die. You have to ask yourself, what are they knowing or been doing? You, ladies and gentlemen, have not been known of, or have been too frightened to do. Every investment is with its own risk based on world economics. So no investment is 100% guarantee that nothing ever is going to happen. That's why the 1% is well diversified in their investment strategies over generations. On top of that, they set up trusts in which those legal trust documents hold all the investments they own. And within it is dictated, set forth, what your heirs and or named beneficiaries shall do with these assets forthwith. And that it's all strictly monitored via the attorney's office that you got your trust set up. It's kind of like setting up a living trust, for example, meaning that you have a trustee you have the trustee monitor all the businesses, all investments that you hold. What you catch on that is it really has to be someone you can honestly and 100% with no doubt in your mind say you know that person, trust that person, and that person will not do what he or she wants with all of your assets in that trust. So you have to do your own research with all this kind of stuff. I mean, these are just what I'm economics to be part of the 1%. Currencies that being printed it's not that in a sense the cost of living is going up. It is supply and demand. That is what it boils down to. So basically, if money is being printed in terms of supply by far outweighing the goods in the global economy that are available for demand, that means that the face value of whichever bill it may be becomes automatically significant less per bill. That is what inflation basically it is a way to keep the uneducated struggle by benefiting the educated behind the scenes. Because on the flip side of that coin, on the broad spectrum, means the goods, the consumer goods, with the markup of the businesses and their supply chain on all of that, and what they're being charged back, they pass on onto the consumer. So you, me, everybody's a consumer. And the difference is, for those that are uneducated, never invested a dime in their lives, will automatically, for generations and generations to come, till their bloodline runs out, struggle and be poor. While on the other side of that coin, the ones in the know that know how world economic works will always be on the winning side, as those that are invested in businesses set forth within the world economics on the scale make money in return. Behind the scenes, money that is physically not worked for, but it takes allocated set forth money up front that you've been trading your time physically to earn it for. That is how that all works. It comes in the cycle back around. Because investing is not free. There's no such thing as free in this world. Except actually the oxygen that we breathe. But if you look in the medical sector, oxygen is not free. So, but yet, like the sartorial world, all the classic ladies and menswear garments that are out there, even though they by flash any big logos. Where the material itself is speaking for itself. In the entire outfits that whisper wealth or wealthy. It's not like flashing big Gucci logos, Louis Vuitton, Prada, whatever it may be, which is not only the actual price tag on the markup higher, much higher actually, than of the same brands without any huge logos. Okay, that initial investment is slightly higher than the others, I admit, but it's a quality, once again, that speak for itself. Like this one right here is very settled, brand logo, hardly noticeable, embroidered right here, and it's actually of my Western wear wardrobe. But how you put these outfits together, I mean, it is an extreme plaid design, which is, you know, standard here for the US, especially in the Western wear. Yet the entire ensemble that I put together, it works quite well to be very elegant. So in a nutshell, with investing or not investing, it's all about the mindset. Even if you grew up in a very poor setting, per se, you work janitor, you work 2 part-time jobs, or you feel like you have to make ends meet. What you can do is cancel your Netflix subscriptions. That is one thing you can do. And instead, what that would cost you, open up a brokerage account. Like, I'm not getting paid to promote the one that I'm using, but I've been investing via Webull, which is a brokerage account that is owned actually by the Bank of China. Which, me personally, I'm not afraid of China. And then take that amount and just throw it like clockwork into a real estate investment trust. Ticker symbol Chilean dividend aristocrat, meaning they've been raising frequently how much they're paying out to the shareholders slash owner correlation invested into that business. That would be a start. And if you don't like to invest just in a single company, invest into a basket full of it, where you get paid quarterly. Ticker symbol SCHH, which is a basket of businesses that operating real estate properties, which realty income is included in that basket. So take your time, you have to have patience, and you have just to stick with it, regardless of whether the share price of the market on the value is going up, which signals capital gain, or goes sideways, or goes down. If it goes down, only means you get it at a higher discounted price, and you still get paid behind the scenes quarterly. So factor time is of essence with investments of any kind. So the longer you are invested, the greater wealth you generate just by the compounding interest you're gaining. So all of this is quite simple. It takes only those two things within your mindset. You have the discipline that you want to do it, and just to stick with it, basically. Just to stick with it. Be patient. More known overseas in Europe, and more like the norm over there to be seen than it is here in the United States. However, just about everywhere I am up to, it's coming across very well, and you're also overall treated differently. I mean, it's pretty much its own language without you even opening your mouth. classic wardrobes of other YouTube channels. One over in France, Jacquemet and his wife with the channel called Sartorial Talks. They focus primarily on bespoke discussions, quite educational, and style options as well. And then there's the Gentleman's Gazette, which is actually here in the US. Chap's Guide in the UK. And then you also have the Hangout Project channel here in the US by Kirby Allison, which each on their own have their own styles kind of incorporated into it as inspiration as well. Because when it comes to sartorial style and classic menswear, what it boils down to for each, myself included, is a personality with it. Having a personality with it, building a personality with it, whether it's, signature fragrance that you're wearing all the time, or it's a particular piece of jewelry, accessories for military veterans, their military awards, for members of knightly orders, their awards within the ranks, the opportunities are just about endless. And the key component is that all the classics, wardrobe styles, many people refer to it as old money, which is a different subject actually, or new money, quiet luxury. Like new money, quiet luxury, all of those are been the past years since COVID, I want to say, grown to be hot topics. Which mean all of their own different thing. What that actually means is like families that started a business or created some sort of value for the world economy. They kept such value for the world economy for generations and generations to come. The longer they had it, the older their household name got. Hence, old money. majority of them immediately loves to flash it via like sports vehicles, whether it's a Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bugatti, Porsche, that kind of stuff. Mention on top of it. Quiet luxury is nothing but like overly marked up garments that of just the same high qualities as classic menswear or ladies wear. It's just how they've been promoted as being extremely high-end garments, while the fabric itself is coming from the same mill. That is hence how they charge more money for it. It's all a matter of psychology and how psychology works. But in reality, the fabric is of the same mill. On the baseline worth the same. Just the other retail businesses that how they name set product and their brand name determines their worth, what they feel their own worth is. That is how they set the price tag above their initial costs acquiring those products for to be resold, basically. Now bespoke was a whole different game. There's where you really pay for the time and effort of a master tailor to put from scratch a nice garment together for you just the way you want it, with all the wheels and bezels. Which takes time for you to get the final product, and has in between a good handful of fittings before the product is to your own satisfaction completely done. So there's primarily where you're spending a per hour labor rate. It's an investment in yourself. Not necessarily an investment in what makes you money, but an investment keeps you on the sectorial professional level. yourself.